Today we have an unboxing video of Carcassonne's expansion, Dragon and Fairy. Hi, I'm Kevin Baker and you're watching Shangri-La, my YouTube channel for tabletop board games, birding, and other educational videos. Please like and subscribe. Well, I liked the Carcassonne big box so much that I decided, I want my own copy of it. So I purchased this for my own collection, and now it's part of the FlaMinGoCon library. So it will be brought to the FlaMinGoCon Bigger and Better number 32, which will be August 15th and 16th in West Palm Beach, Florida at the Embassy Suites. So come on out and play Carcassonne Big Box. But I wanted mine to be special, so 11 expansions isn't special enough, so why not put in a 12th expansion? I remember all the wonderful chaos of the Princess and the Fairy, the Princess and the Dragon, but the new version is called the Fairy and the Dragon. So let's clear up some slight confusion. Now, the mechanics of how it operates is a little bit different, but that's okay. I just remember some ruffled feelings when you think you have a farmer in the middle of a field that's servicing 6 different cities, and all of a sudden, oh no, the farmer got eaten by a dragon. And so you thought you won, but plot twist. Okay, so let's see what we have. In this expansion for Carcassonne, a hungry dragon roams the countryside. Plan ahead to stay clear of the dragon's path. Summon the fairy for protection, or use the magic portals to regain lost features. So there's portals in both the Princess and the Dragon and the Dragon and the Fairy. That part is still the same, although the pictures look different. This has 26 new land tiles, got magic portals to let you place a meeple anywhere that is not yet completed. Let's see, dragon symbols awake the dangerous dragon. It has some more river tiles. And then, let's see, the Dragon and the Fairy. Take the dragon's flight path into account before it awakens and scares away your meeples. Okay, so let's see what we have. It says it adds another 10 minutes to the game. Sounds about right. It's in here. Carefully open this up. These are resealable, which is nice. So, and here we have one dragon and one fairy. Fairies are magical. That's how they control the dragon. Okay. And one rule book. I'll give this a quick read through and do a second segment of this to explain the specific rules. The way I think it works is you get to move straight ahead. So instead of a volcano, you have a dragon's lair. And this is the new dragon symbol for when the dragon comes out and starts its movement. Okay. And then the portal is right there. So that is more of a Stargate type portal. Another layer. Start of dragon movement. Dragon lair. Okay. When the dragon comes out on a lair, you're not allowed to play one of your meeples on there. Pretty sure that rule is still consistent. This is just an interesting tile that doesn't have any dragon effects. Another interesting tile with no dragon effects. Dragon activation. Dragon lair. This is a new source for the river. double-sided, very nice. So the dragon comes out immediately onto the board at the start of the game. So you don't have to worry about getting a dragon symbol too soon and not have the dragon out on the board. The dragon is going to start munching away. Yeah, portal. Dragon movement. And yeah, this is that is potentially the new source. Okay. So this is the lake that goes at the end with a lair. And this is a source that goes in two directions. So now the source of the lake goes both directions. Okay. This is a road that goes underneath the castle. Yeah, portal. 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 Dragon movement with a garden. And dragon lair. Dragon movement. Yeah, there's a monastery in the middle of a tile. Dragon movement, portal, and dragon movement. Okay, so now give me a chance to read the rules and I'll be right back. When playing with the Dragon and Fairy expansion, the setup is slightly different. You use this double-sided source tile. You get rid of the other river source and don't play with that. And then you take the lake tile that's usually at the end and you shuffle it into the other stack of river tiles. So you move that around and then it's in there somewhere. And then when you start playing river tiles, you can go onto either side of the river as long as you never double back. You can go this way, and then that way, and you can shift it around that way. You can choose to go on this side. You can come back this way. Oh, hey, there's a lake. So you could cap off either end. So if you cap off that end, then you have to go on this side. And then you got, say this one came out first, that one went this way, and then the last one goes right there. Now you can actually play into the garden here. You cannot play, these are actually dragon hordes, not dragon lairs. So you cannot play onto the dragon lair, but you can play an abbot, if you're playing with the abbots, into the garden. And you could have been playing meeples all along. You can farm along the river if you want. Yeah, it also suggests as a rule to take all of the special tiles for this expansion and shuffle them into the base game tiles and then discard 5 tiles out of the game. I think that's a silly rule and I'm just not going to discard 5 tiles out of the game. Why would you want something that's fun to end sooner? It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so let's go on to the rest of the rules. When the dragon horde tile comes out, you take the dragon and you must orient it legally. It must be oriented towards another tile. So you cannot go this way because that is not towards another tile. That's not towards another tile. That's not towards another. So the only legal way is here. And if there were other tiles around, let's say, let's pretend that was on there and pretend this was on here. And put some of those out there. Okay, so if this tile came out, then you would place the dragon either in this direction or in this direction because there are more tiles. If there were meeples on the board, then you would need to orient the dragon towards a meeple. As the active player, if there's multiple meeples, you would get to choose which meeple it was going to face. If the dragon was facing this direction, when somebody pulled a dragon symbol tile, before they would place this tile, the dragon will move in the direction that it is facing. So the first thing it will do is it will come here, it will eat blue, then it'll come here and it'll eat yellow, then it'll come here, but green is protected by the fairy. So the fairy protects green, the dragon comes off the board and goes into in front of the player that is playing green. At the start of green's next turn, they will take the dragon and put it back onto the dragon horde of their choice, facing the correct rules. So if it's placed on this one, it must face meeples. If it's here, it must face another adjacent tile. So now if the dragon had come out and been sitting over here, and say there was blue was in here and yellow was in here and green was in here and red had the fairy. So had this tile come out, then the dragon would have eaten blue, eaten yellow, and then cannot cross the gap. So it goes as far as it can in a straight line, and then it must make a legal turn to another direction. So it can either turn this way or it can turn 180 degrees. So had there been a gap here and another meeple in there that turned 180 degrees, when it got to here, it would have a choice of this direction, assuming that was legal, because now it's legal. So after it ate that direction, it would turn 180 degrees, and then it would come back and eat green, because it always orients itself towards meeples and adjacent tiles. If the dragon was not on the board, because it was removed by the fairy when somebody drew one of the dragon symbol tiles, then the dragon does not move. Now, if blue was the one that drew this dragon movement tile, and blue wanted protection from the fairy, the only way to get protection from the fairy is to place a tile, complete either a road or a city, and then not score any points for it. So blue gets no points for this because they didn't play meeple on it, but then they can take the fairy from either off the table or from another player and place it next to their own meeple. Now, if you were using another expansion that allowed multiple meeples on the same spot, and somehow there was another meeple in here, this meeple is not protected even though it's on the same tile as blue. So if a dragon did come by and munch on here, it would first eat green before being removed by blue's fairy. Now, once this realm is completed, like say with that, then blue would score the points for the realm and get an additional 3 points for the fairy. The fairy is also worth 3 points in endgame scoring. So if blue's fairy successfully vanquished the dragon, then the dragon would come off and stay with blue until the start of blue's next turn, at which point blue would then put the dragon back onto another dragon horde in a legal position, probably as far away from blue's other meeples as possible. If blue pulled a piece with a magic portal, you can play the magic portal here, and you can choose, do I want to play on the road? You can play as a farmer, or with the magic portal, you can put your blue meeple on any uncompleted realm that does not have somebody else's meeple in it. So you could go here into the city, you could go onto this monastery, you could take your abbot and put it in the monastery. You could go onto this monastery here, which is almost completed. It has 9 spots to complete, and 8 of them are already filled in, so that looks pretty good. You could not go into here because green already has a meeple in that city. And so the magic portals allow you to meeple areas that were previously eaten by dragons. The Carcassonne big box has plenty of extra room for expansions. So you can take your river tiles and put them right in there. And then you can take your tiles for the dragon and the fairy, put them in there like that, like that. Slide those in there like that, and it fits perfectly. And that's how you play Carcassonne's Dragon and Fairy expansion. Hope to see you all in person at the next FlaMinGoCon. Be well.